Fuck your God, God damn it. Fuck your God. Fuck your God. Hey, Eric, have I said fuck your God yet today?
I didn't hear it. Can you say it again?
Fuck your God. God damn it. This is Matthew of the Odd Atheist Friends and Fat Man Funny, the Annex in Chicago. And there is Eric. Hi, Eric.
Hey, you're just so clear to look at on video right now. It's so like I'm having a hard time.
Oh, I know, because like when you get like a new computer that's actually worth a shit, it's kind of nice.
It is nice.
It is nice. So how's Fat Man Funny in North Dakota? What's going on there?
Well, it's nice and cool outside.
When it stopped raining, it's been beautiful, but it's been shitty.
Yeah, it's been kind of cold here. I mean, not like freezing, but like 40 degrees, 50 degrees.
It's at 66 outside right now as I speak.
Fuck, it's like 90 in North Carolina. I'm not missing that. It's 45 right now here.
No, you know, that's one thing I gotta say that I don't miss about living in the South is the fucking heat and humidity. It's fucking hot and humid in the South, and it's only getting hotter and warmer and more humid, and the seas are rising. But you know, hey, fuck it.
Okay, well,
global warming is a myth.
No, it's not. Sorry. Florida's going to be gone in 50 years. But anyway, we'll have most of it. Everything but the panhandle, we'll handle there. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. The world's going to go to shit in the next 50 years, I'm telling you. But I'm hoping I'm going to be in like South America or something. I don't know.
Hopefully I'll be dead.
Yeah. Probably. I don't want to think about it in 50 years. I'll be really old.
No, me too. So what's your shirt? I see something. What is this? I see.
Oh, it's a moose.
Moose.
And it says Kaleidoscope because that's the name of a youth group, a youth LGBT group here.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but the moose, it's rainbow. It's to like show how the English language is dumb and how you can use they, them pronouns and you'll be fine because we just say moose or moose for one or multiple moose. It's fine. It's kind of a joke, but so
it's really kind of funny.
Yeah.
There was a thing a while ago, like 10 years ago, right? Like my wife asked me, she's like, how do you say sheep as in like the plural? Mm-hmm. And she said sheepies. And we've been joking about that for years.
I love it. I think that's the cutest thing.
It is. She's adorable. But it's funny because it's like, no, the plural of sheep is just sheep. I get it. Fucking English. But I still think it's funny. I still look at her sometimes and just go sheepies, and we'll just both laugh. It's funny.
Oh, cute.
Oh, I know. Don't go into sugar shock. You have some insulin.
Okay. Do you want to see the new mascot of our show?
Yes, I want to see the new mascot of our show. It's a cactus.
It's a tiny little baby cactus.
To go along with my tiny little baby dick.
Well, you could do some weird sexual shit with these needles.
Yikes.
Ah!
Well, I have said a couple of times, you know, fuck a cactus and fuck you with a cactus in your dick hole, so.
Yeah. Oh, they call that, okay, sexual education time.
Sexual education time. Yikes.
They call, when you stick something in the urethra, they call that sounding for some reason. I don't know why, but they do. And some people find it quite pleasurable if you do it with a small, like, glass rod. Anyway. Fun facts of the day.
Ugh.
And some lube and some.
I'm just saying. I mean, well, what is it? There's a fish that has been nursing up urethra. Then you can't pull them out for some reason. Like you got to go to like extreme measures to try to get them out.
Yeah, so, that one I don't think would be as pleasurable, but
no.
I mean, I wouldn't. I would say it's probably. I mean, it's kind of safe to do it with like a safe instrument because like people use catheters all the time. And that's
Yeah, yeah. And they lube them up beforehand and all kinds of stuff. I'm just saying. Did you just poke yourself with the cactus?
Yeah, I need to quit playing with it.
You got poked with a cactus.
I did. Anyway, what's up with you, Matthew?
Oh, yesterday was kind of an entertaining day. I had 19 and a half feet of linear gutters put up on my house yesterday, and the guy doing it, he was just apparently the guy's been either putting up gutters for either 25 or 27 years. He said both times. He said one each different time, and he was going to give me the wrong size on Friday, and I said that I paid for the 6-inch. I want the 6-inch gutters. Get me the 6-inch gutters. He's like, I'll give you $20 off. I'm like, you're the fucking installation guy. How the fuck can you give me $20 off? Get me the right goddamn shit. This is what's on my invoice. It's what I'm paying for. Anyways, so we put them up yesterday. Yesterday was a gorgeous day. And so we finished putting them up yesterday. And so we just got finished planting these new flowers in front of our bay window. And I said, these are these new flowers. Don't squish them. And at the end, he puts them up. It puts like 3 hours to put up the gutters. I'm like, okay, that's about normal time. And then he knocks on my door. I go out and take a look, and he's like, you got a check for me? I said, after the first rain. And so he's like, okay. So he just finished packing up his shit. I saw him make a phone call. As soon as he drives off, I get a phone call from the office from the guy saying, oh, well, I heard that you didn't give the guy a check. I'm like, yeah, because I'm waiting for the first rain. It was this whole thing. And I was just like, I will never use these people again. And as soon as I pay them off, I'm going to find out, how well they're installed. I'm going to give them a shitty fucking review. I mean, what an aggravating fucking thing for less than 20 linear feet of gutters. The guy was just a royal pain in the ass. It's like, I'm the customer. And I'm not saying you got to kiss my ass, but you've got to give me what I pay for.
Right.
And don't give me a lot of shit over it. It's like, I don't care if you think they're oversized. It's the whole point is oversized. Anyways. So it was just kind of a thing. And then I mowed the lawn for the first time yesterday for this year. So it was nice to mow the lawn. It's actually grown up a bit thicker than I thought. It always is the first time by the time you get around to cutting your lawn for the first time. So I cut the lawn, and it was nice. And yesterday, I participated in a kind of a roundtable forum yesterday, Odd Atheist Friends with Left at the Valley, Unapologetics with an X, another podcast, and The Right to Reason. And so it was a nice discussion. Most of the time we talked about privilege and society and free speech. It was a really interesting conversation. I think it was about 2 hours. So you were missed. You were missed. You had a couple of people ask for you. So, but you were missed. They're like, where's the Eric? They're like, I think Eric is like going to the gym or something. I don't know.
I wish. I wish. I don't know. I was just out and about doing stuff. Existing.
Hey, I get it.
Yeah.
How you doing, bro? You good?
I'm going back and forth on a dick. The dick of life.
You know what I find funny? It's just like, I don't mean to, but anyway, so it's like, you see like these teenagers, they're like, oh, this is so hard. It's just like, buckle up, buttercup. Life is yet to fuck you. I mean, just wait. It
gets worse.
In some ways it gets worse, and in other ways it gets better, because once you get out of high school and you get out of college and get to be your own, you don't have to deal with a lot of like, you make your own money and all that kind of stuff. You don't have to, you can live life more on your own terms. But no, that's when all the fun shit starts, that's when all the,
Yeah. I don't know. It's just like depression and stuff. and I'm working through it, and I'm like going to counseling a lot, well, once a week, and uh just so basically I put all my feelings on the other side of a wall, a metaphorical wall in my head, and now I'm just trying to get through the wall to like open up everything, but that's just really tough.
Walls are hard. They really are. You know, sometimes I think it can be okay, depending on what's going on, to put something away and deal with it later. I get that, but it can't be too long. If it's too long, it can be more difficult when you finally
Yeah.
decide to deal with those issues.
Yeah. So that's basically what I did my whole life. So I'm working on I don't know, learning how to feel everything and working processing all those emotions that have been built up for like 15 years or whatever it is. And
I get it.
yeah, and I mean, I'm still doing better than I've been most of my life. Like the past 3 months have been really overall pretty good. Um I will say in the past week or two, like some suicidal stuff has come up again, and that's really annoying, and I hate it. But I talked to my counselor about it, and he said like feeling suicidal, it is basically just like a symptom. It's like, or it's a sign that something is wrong, right? Something is wrong either on your body or in your head or something, and you have to just address that and not worry, like not focus too much on the suicidality, because like I don't want to kill myself, but like something in my head or whatever tells me I do, and it's really frustrating. And he used a really cool analogy. So like, say you're in a room by yourself, there's no way to get out, and imagine that it's full of zombies. You have one pistol with one bullet.
Okay.
What are you gonna do?
You're in a room full of zombies and you've only got one bullet.
Yeah.
You start clubbing the zombies with the gun.
Well, maybe if you're military trained.
And then, worst comes to worst, if you get overwhelmed, that's when you put one in your head. But
Yeah.
you start clubbing the zombies with the gun. It's called a butt stroke
Yeah.
and not the butt
Hot.
stroke. Yeah, not the
Hot.
hot butt stroke.
Oh god. Oh. Well, yeah. So essentially, it's just like the idea of that analogy is if you get overwhelmed, you shoot yourself because you don't want to suffer.
Yes.
So then he said, "All right, you could shoot yourself, or you could stop pretending they're zombies."
Yeah.
And I was like, "That is gold. This is why I pay you so much money." But anyway, no, I really liked that analogy, and I was like, I just have to fucking get rid of these fake zombies, because it is all in my head. Like, nothing's that bad.
Yes.
I'm gonna get fucking through anything, and obviously I have in the past, and I will continue to do so. It's just crazy.
Yeah. I understand. There are times when I feel not good myself because I'm in constant pain. I don't look like it, but I am in constant pain because of my injuries from the military. And I don't want to do it, but there's literally nothing else. And I don't want to mitigate anybody else's point of view or anything like that, but one of my thoughts is that in some ways I think that suicide is cowardly, where you don't want to face what's wrong with you, so you take the easy way out and end it. Do you
Mm,
know what I'm saying? It's not a real solution. It's a solution for you because you no longer have anything. You're
mm,
dead. But think about the people that you leave behind, your family and friends and everybody else. There are even people who think that they have nobody. There's probably somebody out there, even for them. Do you know what I'm saying? Whether or not they connect with them or talk with them and that kind of stuff. I'm just saying, most times, I'd have to say probably 99.5% of the time, and I'm making that number up. But you understand what I'm saying? I think that most people have got somebody out there for them someplace, a friend that likes them and would miss them if they're gone.
Yeah, I'm sure that's the case, but I will tell you that my head tells me, and I know I have friends. I have a good amount of friends, but my head tells
I'm
me,
one.
yeah, so my head tells me I don't have anybody, and no one gives a fuck if anything happens to me. Like, my head is dumb. I know that. Like, my logic can fight that sometimes, but my head's like, nobody loves you. Nobody cares about you. Nobody's gonna miss you. There's no point in continuing living because you're gonna be alone. Blah 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 blah. And it just goes on and on. And so, like, I guess for some people that would be overwhelming. And if you can't see that they're fake zombies, yeah.
And there are, speaking from a military point of view, I know it used to be 20 veterans a day commit suicide.
Mm-hmm.
That's a huge number, considering we're less than 1% of the population. And so 20 a day when we're less than 1%, I mean, it might not seem a whole hell of a lot, but most people in the military are veterans. What I mean by that is there's more veterans than there are people who are active duty. Does that make sense? Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm just saying I think that it's hard to get past those demons where people think that there's nothing there. Man, it seems like there always is. I don't want, because there might be the case that proves the point. Do you know what I'm saying? That this person had nobody.
Yeah.
But but you see these too, where it's like, a veteran dies who had no family or no friends nearby, and then the local VF this put out, and then the next thing you know, this guy's got 300 people because it got put out to the local veterans groups, and this guy was laid to rest, with full military honors and all that kind of stuff. You see what I'm saying? I mean, that happens frequently, where this guy had nobody in life, but at least he got honored in his death when he died in the hospital. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean,
I would say that the older someone gets, the more likely they are to have no one, because maybe everybody that was close to them has died, especially if they didn't have kids or anything.
yeah, that's possible.
So that's why you might see that in the older population also.
But I'm talking about
Yeah.
I'm talking about people our age and younger. There's always somebody out there. The first person who I knew committed suicide, I was a freshman in high school, and he killed himself. He was a senior. And he was a senior in high school, so 18, 19 years old. Mm-hmm. He was popular. He was a good-looking guy, and he shot himself. And I still remember the guy's name, Dave Garbaz. I think that was his name. I don't remember. Maybe it's anyways. God, I'm trying to remember his. I don't know. But anyways, I remember, I can see his face, blonde hair, kid, tall, and he shot himself. And I remember talking to him. He seemed down one day. I had him in foods class. I was a cooking class I took when I was a freshman, and I was like, "Hey man, what's wrong?" And he went to go say something, and then he backed off, and he's like, "Nothing, man." To this day, I feel bad about that. That maybe I did say something, but he didn't take it.
It's rough. So I'm thinking about, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I'm thinking about looking more into Buddhism, but like the secular Buddhism.
I can see the meditation aspects and that kind of stuff. There are people who enjoy meditation. I'm not really one of them who does, but I know people who do.
Yeah, I mean, I've looked into it a little bit, and I'm not super huge on meditation. I like mindfulness and being very mindful, and I think that helps me, which meditation can be part of that. But just so, like, there's 4 basic truths, and then there's a eightfold path.
The eightfold path, yeah.
Yeah, and I really like it. I really like it. Like, I feel like that's just in writing how I want to live my life anyway. Basically just being very mindful of everything that you're doing, and live live consciously, live right, live good. Just be a good person is essentially all it's saying. It's Like, don't harm the earth, don't harm people, don't harm yourself. Just
Yeah.
all kinds of nice stuff that I really believe in. So I'm going to continue looking into it, and I'll let you know.
Okay.
But I think it's cool that I suppose it is a religion, but it's more spiritual, and it doesn't give you a god. It doesn't say like you're gonna you're gonna like go to hell and all this awful stuff. Like it's
Yeah, there are sects of it that
yeah,
do, have a power out there thing and a god thing. And I'm just
yeah,
saying. Aaron Raw talked about it in his book. It was actually pretty interesting. So, but yeah, I understand, like some people can take a look at the spiritual and, that kind of that Zen, outlook on stuff. I get that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think that there are certain things about a lot of different philosophies that you can improve to make your life better.
yeah.
But I also think it's, mediation and all things, don't go too hard. You know what I'm trying to say? Don't go too far out on stuff. It's like,
Yeah. I don't know. I think I just need something to like I don't know, help me spiritually because I'm not saying everybody has to be spiritual or whatever. And I am definitely an atheist still. And so that's a weird place to be in, but I feel like I need something, I don't know, like to help me.
I get it. I understand where you're coming from. I get it.
Yeah. Like, I think really what I'm struggling with, I'm struggling with a lot of things. Okay. But like, just like, what is the purpose? What are we doing? Why? Like, just why? Why do I exist? Why do I suffer? Like, why is life suffering and all that stuff like that? Why?
I can understand what you're saying. And, you know, I think the simple answer is because we're alive. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think there's just anything else out there. And you just try to do the best you can without hurting people the best you can.
Yeah.
And so, people try to look for the metaphysical. And I myself personally don't think that there is one. It's like, I just think you just try to go through life the best you can without harming people as much as possible and leave the world just a little bit better if you can than when you found it. Try to be a little bit better every day.
Mm-hmm.
And what Eli said when he was on the show, have a great big bag of forgiveness for yourself and do what you can.
Mm-hmm. Do you see this beard?
I do. I'm digging it. You trimmed too. I like that.
Yeah, I did. I trimmed and then I trimmed my mustache down.
I had to trim mine down too because when it sticks, I get these nose hairs that kind of stick out like this, and I fucking hate them.
Mm-hmm.
So I trimmed this down, but I just think I need to. This is looking kind of shaggy.
Yeah,
So
I need a haircut. It's getting long, but
I like it. I actually really like that side cut like that. How you got it.
mm-hmm.
I like that cut.
It's pretty cool. Pretty rad.
Pretty rad for a young guy.
Yeah.
So, oh shit.
So I went to an open mic poetry night.
How was it?
It was good. I did not have anything. I was working on a poem, but I didn't bring it with me because I wasn't finished. So I was just going to sit there and watch people because I had never gone to one before. And I went with a friend. And well, I went with a friend that's a woman, and she's interested in dating me. So interesting story there. Obviously, I was like, well, I'm gay, but also I'm open because life
Why
is
not?
why not try stuff. So anyway, and I got inspired while I was sitting there listening to everybody, and the lady that runs it was like, I think that you have something to say, so I'm going to put you on the list and I'll call you near the end. And I was like, okay, sure. So I had my notebook with me and I got really inspired and I started writing a poem while everybody else was going. And I wrote this poem kind of to this girl, and it's called If You Want to Date Me. And it has like all the things she needs. Well, not all the things, but some things she needs to know if she wants to date me.
Wow.
I know, I got real ballsy, and then I got up on stage and read it out loud.
How was it received?
People liked it. People afterward told me I did a really good job, and everybody clapped, and it was really good because like I paused at certain points, and people were like,
The dramatic pause. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was really good actually. I could read it for you if you want because
Please.
okay, okay. I just got a little nervous. Oh god. Okay. So yeah, I have a goal of one of my goals for this year actually was to do spoken word poetry, and now I hit that goal because I've done it at least once, but I would like to do it more and eventually get into slam poetry, which is just like really intense spoken word, and I fucking love it. And I don't know if you can tell, but I'm like very passionate sometimes, and it's just like inside of me.
No, really?
Sometimes I am.
Who'd really thunk that one? We actually talked about your tattoos yesterday.
Oh
A
yeah.
little bit, yeah. It was before the record, but yeah. But I mentioned your lotus penis tattoo. It's honestly my favorite tattoo of yours.
It's pretty great.
Yeah. Other than the tattoos of our podcast on our asses. That's
true. That one's a good one. I love tattoos a lot.
We can tell.
Thanks. I think I'm at 23. I gotta count them again.
Later.
No, not right now. God, that's a lot of work. Okay. If you want to date me, you need to know a few things. Well, maybe a lot of things. First, I value my freedom more than I value anything else, including a relationship with you. That might make me sound like an asshole, but at least I'm being honest. Speaking of honesty, sometimes I lie. Not to you, at least not about anything big, but sometimes I'm afraid of telling the truth to myself. I may be an occasional liar, but I'm the most genuine person you'll ever meet. I will never wear a mask, and the only face you'll ever kiss will be mine. Second, it has to be an open relationship, and I'm not sure we'll have sex. I only have sex with guys that don't seem to have the capacity to love me back, or for $100, or 50, or dinner, or for free. Because sexually, I am only good enough to be fucked over and over again, like my vagina is a fleshlight and my body a cheap and overused blow-up doll.
Wow.
Also, I fall in love with guys at random, obsess for a while, and write them love poems until I essentially break my own heart. If you want to date me, know that no one will hurt me more than I hurt myself. If you want to date me, you should know that I don't stay in one place for long. I am like your favorite band that came into town without you knowing. And if you're lucky, you'll be able to snag a ticket at the last minute before I move on to my next venue and sing my heart out for no one in particular. But just know, coming to my concert is worth it for all involved. If you want to date me, know that it probably won't be forever, but I find value in every day, every moment. Fuck the future. I live in the now. Some might call that having commitment issues. I prefer to call it enlightenment.
Wow. That's pretty amazing.
Thank you. I was really proud of it. I was surprised that I wrote it just sitting there, and then I read it. It was great. It was a good experience.
It really was amazing, but I have one criticism.
Yeah.
You did a first of all, but then you didn't do a second of all, a third of all.
I did a second, but I didn't do anything after.
Okay. Then you should have left it off. But other than that, it was amazing.
Well, I should have said like lastly or something. Yeah. But look, it was a fastly written poem.
I get it. I'm just saying it was good, but I'm just being maybe a bit of a pedant here.
Maybe.
So, speaking of pedantry, have you seen the new Endgame? Have you seen Endgame yet?
No.
Avengers Endgame? Okay. Have you, I don't know if you watch Game of Thrones. Have you kept up with any of that?
I don't know.
Okay.
I live under a rock.
The reason why I bring those up is because of this. I have this thing where if there is a big thing out there and it seems like a lot of people watch it, even if it's just in your area, but a lot of people pay attention and you don't, that's fine. But if you do pay attention and you have every intention of watching the latest of this thing, whatever it might be, I say you get a month. You get a month to watch it. If you don't watch it in that month, if somebody says something that's a spoiler in the thing, that's on you. Do you know what I'm saying? I think that about a month is about a time where it's like, okay, everybody's kept really good. A lot of people have watched it. Many people have seen it 2 or 3 times by now. You know, especially even with Endgame, there are people who have seen it now several times and it's been out for like a week and a half. Do you know what I'm saying? I know that for a fact. So I'm just saying, I haven't seen it yet. But by the end of this month, if I haven't seen it yet and somebody's like, and they say something, that's on me. That's not on them.
Yeah, I think technically tomorrow is when the spoiler breaking silence thing ends or something. This is
what is it? Is it like 2 weeks or something like that?
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, I'm just saying, for me, I give it a month. If you haven't seen it in a month, then too bad. Like, okay. The last Game of Thrones episode 3 that came out with the Battle of Winterfell. That's a spoiler. The Battle of Winterfell. Everybody fucking knows it. They had a battle. The humans versus the White Walkers, the undead army. On that Monday, Sachi, I can hear that. I love you.
Cute.
She's opening a box. We got something in the mail. Anyways, delivery. Anyways, I'm getting down to watch it Monday, and you've been to my house. You know my little subdivision that I in. The streets are pretty narrow in the subdivision. Some jagoff in a semi tried to turn around because he was going the wrong way after getting off on the highway. And tried to turn around in my subdivision, hit a power pole and knocked out power to 1,000 people.
Oh, yeah.
And then, so I was literally just sat down to watch it, was eating my dinner when the power went out 10 minutes in. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Power didn't go back on until like 11:30. And of course, I watched the episode after 11:30 and I had to be at school the next day. I was tired, but I saw the episode.
Nice.
I'm just saying, it's like, you've got a month. And so there's a guy in my class who watches it, who's wanted to see it, but hasn't yet. And it's just like, okay. So I can't talk to you about Game of Thrones until you catch up.
Right.
Because I don't want to wreck it. And my initial intention was to save all the episodes and watch them all at one time before the last episodes. I can't do it. Everybody was like, oh my God. You know, that's like all they would say. And I've got to watch it. I've got to watch it. So I succumbed to the peer pressure and I watched the episode the next day.
Oh, shoot.
So, but I'm just saying, no, I think you get a month. So I know some people are like 2 weeks. I think that's, for myself, I just think that timeline's too short. But if other people start talking, hey man, that's on them. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I will give people a month.
Yeah, I don't know. I know that in my experience, time just goes by so fucking fast.
It really does.
I'm like, wow, that movie's about to be out of the theater. I need to go watch it. Like Captain Marvel. One, I don't really care about spoilers. Also, I don't pay attention enough to even, unless someone's talking directly at my face about it, I don't pay fucking attention. Okay. So if there's something on the internet, I don't really care. Like, so Captain Marvel, I went to see like literally, I think the last few days it was in the theater because it was going out as Endgame was coming in.
Yeah.
And I went to see it the night Endgame released. I was like, this is great.
What do you think of my new candle holder?
Nice.
Mounted on the wall like this. It was like $10.
Your sconce.
My sconce. Like, because we've lost power twice in a week.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to put some candle holders on the wall. I guess that was the box Sachi was opening. Was these
Nice.
was that they got delivered by Amazon.
Scott.
And of course, Marble, of course, is playing in a box. That's the other rattling you hear going around. Is Marble doing twists and turns in a box? Oh, he's adorable. He's 6 months old now.
Oh, he's getting so old.
He's getting so big.
I kind of want a dog, but I can't. I keep telling myself I can't.
Sachi, give me the Marble. Marbies. Here's the Marbies.
Cute. If you're listening, Matthew's holding his pussy.
I am. Oh.
He dropped his pussy.
Well, I dropped my pussy. Well, the pussy ran away.
Yeah. Typical.
Typical.
But anyway, so yeah, I might date this girl, but like,
oh, so cute.
Have an open relationship, and we'll be like talking, spending time with each other, cuddle buddy people. I don't know what will be, but
yeah, you know, I understand protecting your heart and all that kind of stuff. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Making sure you don't get hurt. But, you know, in some ways you got to go with your feelings a little bit too. You know what I'm saying? And so, and it's really easy to get attached to people and that kind of stuff and to feel affection for people and that kind of stuff. I mean, you know, I generally think that most people definitely have, you know, that they're open to relationships and that kind of stuff. So very few that they're not. I'm just saying it's easy to get attached to people.
Yeah. I think that also I'm young and I want to have fun.
Yeah.
And I can do that. And I know that probably whatever I have isn't going to be forever because I have a lot of plans for my life that involve moving around and everything. So I should have fun, and I do really value every relationship I've had, like, and then I should value whatever I get, and then I'll have to move on, and it's going to suck at that point probably, but that's just how it goes. And I think that's what I'm realizing.
Absolutely. It is what it is. And so, you know, enjoy it while it's there. Yeah, just do you, but at the same time, you know, it's like, be healthy in yourself too. Be healthy in relationships and all that kind of stuff. So, actually, it's a fucking stupid ass segue, but something I want to talk about. Something that I saw. Well, we all know that the amount of racist attacks and, you know, people doing shitty things is way on the rise. And, you know, that's bad. But also something that I saw an article the other day. It was sexual assaults in the military is way up too. And huge numbers, huge being a relative term, but supposedly within the last fiscal year or calendar year that there was 10,000 reported sexual assaults in the military wide. That's a huge number.
Yeah.
And so that's way up from previous years. And that's reported. So who knows how many went unreported, you know, and there are, you know, times that things, you know, inappropriate things that somebody got offended by, and I mean that in a sexual way, you know, like, you know, somebody got smacked or, you know, like somebody got grabbed or whatever, you know, that stuff like that happens and nothing ever gets said. But these are the ones that got reported. That's a huge number. Yeah. So I can't imagine the amount of going on. And it's just like, it seems like everything is just okay to do because we've got a fucking monster who is saying that it's okay. And it's not okay. I'm just saying this is something that is just because I know people who've been sexually assaulted. in the military. I know females who've been sexually assaulted. I know males that have been sexually assaulted in the military. So
Yeah.
this is something that just needs to be addressed, and hopefully the military is addressing it.
Well, you know what? Sorry.
What? No, Dumpy.
Most of those should end soon because trans people are getting booted. So I'm sure they're the ones that are all the sexual deviants.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, yeah.
Okay, sorry.
No, Dumpy. That's because it's a bullshit trope and we fucking know it. That what was it? I saw a picture. It was linked through a link that I saw this picture from, and it was a picture of Bruce Jenner on the male door and Caitlyn Jenner on the female door. And it's like, fuck you.
It's interesting.
But think about how homophobic that is, how transphobic that is. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's, you're dead naming the person to begin with,
yeah,
and showing one side to the other. It's shitty.
It is shitty. It's weird. It's also somewhat supportive because you're saying you want the transition woman in the women's bathroom, though.
Yeah, I think
so that's good. But it's shitty because you should never.
It's
do that.
backhanded shitty, and it's one of these ones where it's like they don't realize that they're making a supportive statement at the same time they're being shitty.
Yeah,
you know, like it's backhanded shitty.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
So they're inadvertently being supportive while being shitty at the same time. We need a fucking new word for this. There needs to be a new phrase for this. I have no idea, but there needs to be a new phrase for this. But yeah, so with trans people being kicked out of the military, we know that sexual assault should be going down because all the trans people are just fucking monsters. I'm being sarcastic. But yeah, so I just find it just fucking ridiculous. I just think it's just stupid.
Yeah.
And so, it's, what was it? A majority of the people who are rapists don't know that they are because they don't see what they did as rape or sexual assault. They see it as coercive. It's like, it's like she said yes until I rubbed up on her enough times. It's like, if she said no, it's no.
Yeah.
Anything past that is sexual assault. What are you doing?
Being fucking shitty.
Being fucking shitty. I'm just saying. It's just bad.
Yeah.
So if you're wondering why the light just went down, Cooper just got in front of the window and blocked the light. So he does that. Yeah. It's a beautiful day outside, and I've got the windows open.
So I have a garage, like not attached to my house, and it's like really shitty garage, but it's cool because I've never had a garage. And right now it's cleaning week, which is something we didn't have this in North Carolina, so I don't know, but that's just the week where people take all the stuff, like all the big stuff that they want to get rid of, and just put it on the curb. So like there's lots of furniture, lots of garbage, lots of shit, right?
Did you go garbage picking?
I have not yet, but we did it at work, and I garbage picked the work. And I live really close to work, like 2 blocks down or 2 houses down. So we just somebody helped me carry a desk over to my garage. So I got a desk and I had a chair, and now I have this really cool area to do spray paint on. So that's what I'm gonna do today, hopefully.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm really out of practice. I tried to do one yesterday and it just turned out really shitty because like I forgot what I was doing. I haven't done spray paint in like, I don't know, 8 months or some shit.
Airbrush? Airbrush or spray paint?
Just spray paint.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I haven't done it.
I got your picture in my house, by the way. It's still hanging.
Yay, thanks. I have like all my acrylics hanging.
Nice. Oh, yeah. I really like the one on the left. My left.
I don't know. This way.
That one.
Thanks. Yeah, I got some nice. I know.
Oh, that's nice. I like the art. It's great.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. So I'm doing those. Those are acrylic on canvas, and I'm gonna get back into doing some spray paint. Hopefully, I can relearn what I forgot. I'm sure it'll come back to me.
Remember, because you've done it before where you've
All right.
done airbrushing without a mask, and you need to make sure that you get a mask for airbrushing.
I know. I was wearing the mask. I got a mask. That was the first thing I bought when I came here when I was gonna do it. But so I bought a mask. I was wearing it yesterday when I did it, but I still like, I don't know. I still got kind of dizzy, and it was on really tight. So I don't know what was up with that. But
Make sure you got fume cartridges.
yeah, I put new ones in.
Open your window too.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's in my. Oh, speaking of, anyway, it's in my garage. So I've been doing that in my
Oh,
garage,
okay.
and it's really cool to have a garage to do that in. So
Nice.
yeah, we'll see how that goes. But that's what I'm gonna plan on. I'm planning on doing today, even though it's kind of cold. But
Oh, Eric, so what do you think about Trump trying to do the discriminate trans and gays federally? Did you hear about this?
I don't know what is he trying to do.
He's trying to make it okay on a federal level to discriminate against LGBTQ.
Yeah. I think that's bullshit.
Duh.
I mean, but do we have federal protections for sexuality right now, I think.
Yes.
We do not have federal protections for gender identity.
No.
Which is something I pay attention to because when I want to get a job, it's not protected unless it's like protected in the state or the city or by the company itself. So that is something I look at when I look at a company. But yeah, it's dumb. I don't know. Like we need protection because specifically not just about jobs. Jobs are going to be shitty no matter what, especially in like a whatever the right to work state or something, or right what do they call
It's
it?
right to work.
Right to work. Okay, so like I don't know. It's just gonna be shitty.
And that's a misnomer. That right to work bullshit is a misnomer. Basically, it's like your boss can come in because he's pissed off because he couldn't get up that day. So we can be like, oh, I don't like the way you're acting. You're not acting in the company. You're fired. Get the fuck out.
Pretty much.
So, so that right to work is a fucking misnomer. That's bullshit.
It is bullshit because you can get fired for anything, and they could say it's something else. Like,
yes,
oh, you're trans. All right. You just we don't have room for you in the company anymore, or you did bad today, or I'm just in a bad mood, or it doesn't really matter why I'm firing you.
They could invent a reason. It could be like, oh, you didn't file your ID10T forms right. You're fired.
Yeah, it's really awful.
Your ID10T, by the way, is a military joke for idiot.
Oh, I like it. I didn't think about it, but I get it now.
ID10T, idiot. Yeah.
Hilarious.
You didn't fill out your ID10T forms right, so you're fired. Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
So
I don't know, but when we think about making it legal to discriminate, I mean, in the medical field, especially, like if I'm in a hospital, I want treatment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
If I go to a mental health professional, I want treatment. I don't know. I feel like first off, people that are not going to treat someone based on their gender or sexuality shouldn't be working in these things.
Yeah.
Second, like that should be illegal. People need treatment no matter what they are or who they are or anything. So I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't go through or whatever. I just can't.
I'm just saying, I mean, because this guy has done everything that he's planned to do, everything shitty that he's wanted to do, he's done. Because he's riling up his base and making sure that the base get what they want. He doesn't give a damn about any of it because he doesn't care. he only cares about himself.
Right.
And so it's funny in a bad way, funny, ironic, not so. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's doing it all. He's a fucking horrible human being, and he's pandering to the basis of horrible people out there. And it just, Trump being in office has given all of these people voice to their bigotry and to their hatred, and it's frightening and amazing to see how many of them are out there.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm just saying it's one of these things where it's like, just seeing all these people and their outright hatred and that kind of stuff is just, it's stunning to behold, and not stunning in a good way. It's stunning as in literally that word, like, holy shit.
Yeah.
It's like, how this is, we're seeing all the people who would Heil Hitler. Really, this
Yeah.
guy really is a fascist. He really is. And so people just can't see it. And it's funny because they blame the liberals for being fascist. And it's like, wow, you really don't understand what fascism is if you think that liberals are fascist. I don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
Even extreme liberals are not fascist. They're reactionaries. They're not fascist. Anyways. It's like, you're an idiot.
ID10T.
ID10T. Fill out your ID10T form.
Mm-hmm.
Roll my eyes. So I want to get off of this and I want to go to my favorite thing, Dungeons and Dragons. So I'm wearing my lawful good. It doesn't necessarily mean lawful nice.
I like that a lot.
I do too. So 3 weeks ago, I was supposed to do the second part of Tomb of the Sphinx Queen, but I literally forgot the book with the dungeon at home. I took the binder out and forgot to put it back in my bag.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because my bag, I got it from somewhere. I don't remember what it is, but it's actually, the name of it is called Bag of Holding.
Nice.
And so you can fit a lot of shit into it. It's great. Like, this bag probably weighs 40 fucking pounds. It's fucking heavy as shit with all the books and stuff I've got into it, mm-hmm. and everything else. So, anywho, so one of the other guys decided to run. It was supposed to be like a single shot, and we've got this thing where we call it the traveling DM game, where everybody takes a turn doing so nobody has to do the same adventure run every week.
Mm-hmm.
And so we all take turns. So, but anyway, so he did this thing where we're playing with our level 15 and 16 characters, but it was only the magic users. Myself as a beguiler mage, and so it's like a spontaneous caster, mm-hmm. who casts. If I cast from beguiler, I take from the mage, and if I cast from mage, I take from the beguiler. And I can do shit like shape the spells. Like, I can take a fireball, and so instead of doing like a 40-foot diameter, a 40-foot around, I can have 4 10-foot sections, or break them up into 5-foot sections, 8 5-foot sections, and put them wherever the hell I want. So, but anyways, it was the cleric. I'm a fireball mage playing in this game. Basically, I can turn the fireballs into sonic or ice or that kind of stuff. So I can change it's fucking cool. I like it. So, but anyway, so we had to do all this stuff, and it's only the magic users doing this. We've got no fighter guys at all. So, yeah, no, but level 16, 17 fucking magic users? Come on. We're smoking bitches like it's cool. Mm-hmm. So, but anyway, so it's basically, did you ever see the movie Roadhouse? No. Basically, the leader of the town is basically saying, this is my town. I don't give a shit about anybody. I'm here to make as much money from the town. Basically, mm-hmm. That's what's going on. We can't 100% prove it yet, but circumstantial evidence leads us to that way. Mm-hmm. So, But anyway, so he ran that twice in a row. But the main guy for my game is the paladin who will be in this adventure, and so he's going to be here this week. So I get to run second part of the Cooper and Marble are doing some WWS about 5 feet from me. Anyways, so yeah, so I get to run the second part today. So I'm actually pretty excited because I told them all that I don't care if you die. I'm not going to husband your characters. I will go full force. I'm not going to pull any punches at all. It's full damage. You're level 16. I don't, level 16, 17 characters. I don't need to pull any punches. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They've all got fucking belts of healing and, wands of, restoration and all that kind of stuff. It's like, no, you're all high enough. You don't need me to shepherd you to make sure you live through the first 4 or 5 levels. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're all in the upper teens. You can take care of yourself. So the monsters, because the guys are powerful, I've added on is an extra 100 hit points. 100 hit points added on to the whatever the totals is.
Right.
And make their AC 2 points higher and all of their saves 2 points lower and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So, but I told them all, I'm like, look, if you die, you die. So that's on the agenda for today. That starts in about an hour.
Nice. So, I need to get my shit together and start DMing a game. I need to. I miss D&D. I played when I visited my friends in North Carolina. We played one because we have some campaigns still going, but we don't play them. But we played one and it was good.
Did you bring back your Clitoricus, whatever the fuck his name was?
Oh yeah, Phallic Clitoricus.
Yeah, Phallic Clitoricus.
Yeah, he's
very Roman sounding name.
He's my favorite fucking character, and I love him a lot.
I had a Saturday game because I wasn't playing with the Sunday game because I was working nights with the company I was working for.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to try to bring them over, but the format's a little different. So I don't know if I can because I want to bring this guy over because I'm borrowing somebody else's character for a moment in one of the games. And I want to bring him over. And it's just like, I've got this fucking cool thing. It's like the Mask of Blood or something like this. It's a magic item. And it's like, it drips blood. It looks like it drips blood. And so if you go to intimidate, it gives you like a +5 to intimidate, which is great. Because you got a mass that's dripping blood and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but the cool thing is like 3 times a day, you can spit acid for like 3d6 3 times a day. So it's like, if they're just out of range, it's like, fuck you.
Nice.
So, but yeah, I mean, and if you got a guy who, does intimidate, an extra 5 to intimidate, that's pretty fucking good,
Yeah.
And just to say, it's like even wearing the mask, you get a +2 to intimidate normally because of just because it drips. It looks like it's dripping blood all the time. That's fucking cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. I feel like, did you tell us about that before or something?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
I was like, I feel like I remember this.
It's like one of my favorite magic items that I found, and it's in the 3.5 standard magic items. And it's like cool. Nobody plays with it.
Yeah.
And I just think it's amazing. I got to admit, though, I think we're getting away from 3.5 and going towards Pathfinder.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think the group is more gravitating towards Pathfinder, which is like 3.75. It's still like you can transfer over, but it's not quite as stupid broken as 3.5.
That's good. I want something simpler. I don't know.
Like I said, I've got it, and I just keep forgetting to send you the thing. I've got the PDF for it. So I'm sorry, I'm stupid.
No, send me that. Well, I'll look at it. I don't know what I want. I want like very simple characters. Like very.
They all are. They are. I've got it on my hard drive. I just need to I just need to attach it and email it. Send me a text to remind me at some point because
Okay.
I forget.
Yeah, and I want it very story focused, RPG focused. You know what I mean?
This is.
Cool.
It can be, definitely. So, do you want to do some Trumps?
Yeah, and then we'll end it all. Just kidding.
Wow. Wow.
Too much? Too soon?
Dark.
Anyway, that's how I like my dick.
Speaking of dark, I watched the Cobra Kai season 2, which is an amazing show on YouTube Prime, and it ended really darkly.
Shoot, I liked that episode we watched at your house.
We watched like 3 episodes.
I liked those.
Yeah, but the season 2 ended super dark, and there's been confirmed to season 3.
Wow.
They're going to do a season 3. It's amazing. So,
it's good.
Okay. We're going to do the no Trumps. So for those who are listening now, for those who might be listening in archive, that's funny.
No one's listening.
I know.
Thanks for listening, though. If you are, we appreciate you.
We do. All of our 3 listeners. So anyways, so I give 2 quotes. One of them will be Trump and the other one will be somebody else. And I'll do it in my best Trump voice. So
it's great.
That's awesome. Let me give you a little serious political advice. One single word. Puppies. Worth the points.
No, that was not Trump.
That was quote 1.
Go ahead.
Quote 2. Perhaps I shouldn't campaign at all. I'll just, ride right into the White House.
That one's Trump.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
That was Trump.
Just ride right into the fucking White House.
Just ride right into the fucking White House. The first one, let me give you a little serious political advice. One single word. Puppies. Worth the points. George Bush Sr.
All right.
He wasn't as bad as his son. I'm not saying he was an idiot, because he, in some ways, kind of was. Political conservative. Pretty much the same thing at this point. But anyway, so, yeah, he wasn't a total moron. The exception of read my lips. That got him not elected again. Okay, number 2. I don't want the presidency. I'm going to help a lot of people with my foundation. And for me, the grass isn't always greener. Number 1. Number 2. Politics would be a hell of a good business if it weren't for the goddamned people.
What was number 1 again?
I don't want the presidency. I'm going to help a lot of people with my foundation. And for me, the grass isn't always greener.
I don't like either of them.
One is Trump. One of them is Trump.
Number 2.
Wrong.
Oh,
that was Richard Nixon.
Yeah.
Politics would have been a hell of a good business if it weren't for the goddamned people.
I didn't think that was Trump, but I didn't think the first one was Trump either. So
the first one was Trump. I don't want the presidency. I'm going to help a lot of people with my foundation. And for me, the grass isn't always greener. Did you hear that New York closed the Trump Foundation and everybody on the board of directors is not allowed to run a foundation in New York State again?
No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, that was a couple of weeks ago.
Wow.
But yeah, that's a real thing that happened. Oh, by the way, the Attorney General of New York and the Southern District of New York is going after Trump. They've subpoenaed all his records and his financial records and all that kind of stuff. Speaking of that, did you see that somebody might have released Trump's IQ test?
I heard that.
I think I posted it to the page.
Oh, maybe that was where I...
It's unconfirmed, but they say his IQ is 73.
Shoot.
73. Last one.
Okay.
Being a politician is a poor profession. Being a public servant is a noble one.
No.
Number 2. I doubt I'll ever be involved with politics beyond what I do right now. but I really enjoy the system. I find it really a really beautiful thing to watch.
Definitely Trump.
Number 2 was Trump.
Really, really.
A really, really beautiful thing to watch. That was Trump. Number 1, being a politician is a poor profession. Being a public servant is a noble one. Herbert Hoover.
Yeah, see, that was a nice statement.
In some ways, yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, Herbert Hoover. That was an interesting thing that he said.
All right. We have to continue our other game maybe next time or the time after.
I think so. We also might have a possibility of some guests, some stuff we need to line up. I think we've got a list of guests we need to go through. So
yeah, they're all clamoring to be on our show.
They're all clamoring to be on our show. Absolutely. So, but anyway, so there's a possibility we might actually have a debate with a Christian fundamentalist. That's a possibility that's been discussed. So between me and this other person, I really think our listeners will enjoy it. Our 3 listeners might enjoy it. So, but yeah, so there's things in the works.
It's gonna be huge.
It's gonna be huge.
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 Gina will love it.
So I like the Donald we make fuck and he give me money. Oh, that's Melania Trump. I'm sorry.
Oh my God. God damn it.
God damn it. Okay, so this is Matthew and for the Eric. Hi, Eric. Bye, Eric. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Also, fuck your God. God damn it. Bye.